All right, it seems fitting that as we approach Independence Day, that the South Carolina legislature appears to be on track to take down a flag of treason. The Confederate flag, which right now stands on statehouse grounds, could happen in a vote as early as next week. Of course, just after dawn on Saturday, someone did take that flag down, Bree Newsome, with the help of her collaborator in that act of civil disobedience, James Tyson. They were both arrested and charged with defacing a public monument, which carries a fine of up to $5,000 and up to 3 years behind bars. The flag, of course, was replaced later that day. Joining me now, filmmaker and activist Bree Newsome, South Carolina House Minority Leader and attorney for Bree Newsome, Todd Rutherford, and activist James Tyson, who was also arrested. Bree, you are that image was sort of instantly iconic. Mm-hmm. Just start off by telling me, like, who are you and how did you end up on the top of the flagpole in Columbia?
Yeah, well, I'm an activist and organizer there in North Carolina, in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is just an hour outside of Columbia. Like a lot of people, I've watched in horror what has unfolded over the past couple of weeks and just the insult of the flag being there, particularly while the victims were being buried. And so, you know, a few other activists, including James, we just came together and met to see if there was a way that we could actually bring this flag down. And once we logistically realized that there was a way to do it, we felt absolutely, let's do it.
This is something you've been part of activism around kind of Black Lives Matter,
Yes.
civil rights movement stuff in this really vibrant movement that's grown up the last few years before this action, right?
Yes, yeah. So even before the Black Lives Matter thing really became, you know, kind of moved to the national forefront, I was also organizing around the issue of voting rights there in North Carolina because we've just had a series of very retrograde policies going on, and it just really feels like we're going backwards. It's just like one thing after the other. And so then, you know, the attack on the Black church was just one more thing that just feels like we are 50 years, 100 years back from where we were.
All right, so you plan this action, you decide, well, screw it, we're just going to take it down, and they're dawdling. Have you climbed before?
No.
So you had not climbed before?
I had never climbed a pole before.
So you got a small group of people and someone said, who's going to do it? And you said?
Yeah, I volunteered to do it, and I knew that that would require about 2 days of training. So there was a lot of like environmentalist activists who had, you know, done that kind of thing before, just like really awesome people, and so they taught me how to climb a pole.
There was this sort of a cross-issue training session.
Absolutely.
The environmental activists who had done climbing were like, this is how you throw a rig and this is how you do it safely?
Yes, this was entirely like a coalition group of just activists from random places coming together.
All right, the morning it happens, you get there like 5:30 in the morning, right, James?
We were there about 4:30, but we were ready to deploy at 5:30.
Okay, so you're the spotter, right? You're sort of on the ground as she's climbing. Yeah. Are you looking out to see if there are cops around?
Yeah. And really what I was doing is I was training with Bree, and I was helping facilitate the training for Bree to learn how to climb. And so I was there with her because I'd been training with her for the last three days before that.
Now, as soon as you start to climb, do the cops show up? I mean, the cops show up, presumably, right?
Yeah, so the goal was just to get over the fence and get 15 feet up, at which point I would be out of reach.
Grab your legs.
Yeah. And so from that point on, it was just, you know, come down, ma'am. No, you're going to be arrested. Okay. You know.
And so you went up, you were reciting a psalm, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yeah.
The Lord is my light and my Savior, who shall I fear, right? Mm-hmm. You grab the flag, you come down, and they say?
You're under arrest. And, you know, we were completely prepared for that. You know, going into an action like this, we talked through all the possible legal ramifications for it. They hit us with the, you know, toughest charge that they could, and, you know, we were prepared for that possibility.
Representative Rutherford, obviously this comes in the midst of this very polarized debate about this, although actually maybe not as polarized as you might think. There seems to be a consensus around getting this flag down, appears to have the votes. Does this action, how does this action play out? Does it make people say these activists are being impatient and we have a process? Or does it galvanize people like, oh yeah, we could just take this thing down?
I think people would always try and blame somebody for their vote if they didn't vote to take it down. But the reality is those people that don't want to vote to take it down are looking for any reason to blame rather than the truth, which is this is a flag of hatred. It's a flag of bigotry, and it needs to come down. Bree became a hero to many people because so many of us wanted to go up and take that flag down. We're so tired of pretending like we're not bothered by it when we really are. We're so tired of pretending like it doesn't represent exactly what it does, which is a history of racism and the history of slavery.
So you guys are now facing serious charges. I mean, this was an act of civil disobedience. Are you, James, prepared to go to jail for this?
Well, I mean, let me just say it like this, I suppose. What this could potentially do, you know, how this could help, how this furthers the conversation, how this could create like the context for making change, real change, and like maybe potentially potentially helping end racism, you know, I mean, that's so much bigger than me, you know, and even if 3 years, we're talking about 3 years, I'll do that. I'll take that. I'll take that if I feel like that helps to end racism, you know, because as a white person, you know, and white people perpetuate white supremacy and racism, right? So as a white person, I have a certain responsibility, you know, if I feel like I'm morally compelled to do it, which I do, then therefore, whatever the consequences are, you know, and if the consequences are really that severe, it just exemplifies how broken the system really is.
How about you, Bree?
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes people forget that this is what direct action nonviolence looks like. You know,
the law's going to come for you, and you face the law.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the history of it, and quite frankly, I mean, the night that Reverend Pinckney was assassinated was the moment that I had to kind of come to grips with the fact that, you know, that's a part of it as well. You know, in terms of continuing in this work of civil rights and fighting for freedom, it includes jail. Sometimes it includes a risk to your life, and those are all things I considered when I made that decision to climb the pole.
As Bree's lawyer, it strikes me it's going to be a little difficult to throw the book at her if that's happening after a vote is had to take down the flag.
And that's a very important part of it. And Mark Shanae, who's James's lawyer as well, both of us have recognized that although they climbed that flagpole, although they climbed up there to take the flag down, they still didn't damage the flag. They simply unhooked it. They didn't grit it down and burn it. They handed it over to the police as soon as they got down.
Right.
They showed respect, which Dylan Roof didn't show, which the flyers of that flag have never shown.
You're going to be voting on this too.
Absolutely.
In your capacity.
And I believe we have the votes to take it down.
All right, so we're doing this show today, this theme show out in this lovely. This must be so random for you. You're like, you're here in New York. You're on this rooftop up in Rockefeller Center. What do you love about America, Bree Newsome?
What I love about America is the premise that all men are created equal. I mean, and I think that's the one thing that has kind of been our saving grace through all these many, many dark days of history. You know what I mean? Because even though we had that official Independence Day in 1776, I mean, the truth is that ever since then, it has been the story of everyone who is not a wealthy white property-owning male trying to be, you know, participate in this democracy.
Included in that sense.
Included in that, you know what I mean? And that's the struggle that continues today. And so, you know, as much as people talk about, you know, the Confederacy as being history, I think that struggle is a much more important and proud history, particularly in the South, that I'm proud to be a part of as an African-American and as an American.
Bree Newsome, Todd Rutherford, and James Tyson, a great pleasure to have you here tonight. Thank you very much for coming by. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, much more of All in the USA's special Cookout Spectacular still to come, including a look at all the great things America makes. Stay with us.